What is up? It is your boy Nico, the multifamily family man. Guys, I closed on a deal back in April of 2025, a small 6 unit deal. We paid $400,000 for this deal. Small building, two parcels, a classic forced value add play. We dropped $68,000 into CapEx, cleaned it up, tightened operations. We turned the units. We enhanced the rents. We got fully occupied, 100% occupied by August, and we listed the property. This was going to be a flip. And honestly, the response was amazing. We listed it at 700K. And by September, we were already under contract at 650K with two backup offers, cash. The buyer was a dream. No games, no renegotiation, nada. He just asked for a small repair on the water heater. We thought, wow, this is as smooth as it gets. And we were supposed to close on October 28th, 2025. All right, so about a week before closing, the buyer's lender comes back and says, hey, we would rather underwrite this deal as a residential loan instead of commercial. And that meant that they had to separate the two parcels on paper. And it wasn't ideal, but it wasn't crazy either. The lender wasn't willing to accept the way the contract was written. We had to separate and do two separate contracts. And the title agency actually didn't want to do it that way. But in the end, we got everybody to agree. It wasn't perfect, but whatever. So a couple of days before closing, maybe October 27th or something, maybe even the 28th, I don't remember, but the buyer requested an extension for about a week because the lender just wasn't ready. It's so common. This happens all the time. And it's just something we didn't think twice about. Of course, we just pushed it out a week. Who cares? This happens. No panic. Everything's still fine. Everything's still lined up. Okay. So then this was 10/28, let's say 10/27, 10/28. Then on November 2nd, which was a Sunday, I was working out in my little gym. I was hitting the heavy bag, and we get a phone call. A 17-year-old person with a learner's permit lost control of their car, slams into one of our tenants' vehicles, which was also a brand new vehicle. And that vehicle, our tenant's vehicle, got launched straight into our standalone studio apartment. The entire facade caved in, just destroyed. Okay. So on Sunday, a couple days before we were set to close this property, sell it, get it off our books, make a dope profit, we just had a terrible accident happen. And thankfully, yes, I'm very thankful that nobody was hurt because that would have been terrible. But the unit is absolutely wrecked. The tenant had to vacate immediately, and everything about our sale just exploded at that same time. To his credit, the buyer gave us an extension through November 12th to fix everything. That was the limit that his lender gave him to close on the deal. But here's the thing. We weren't willing to pay for that expense out of pocket. It was anywhere from 8 to 15 grand based on our quick estimate. We were not willing to give a huge seller credit either. I offered him $5,000 in seller credit just to get this done, but he didn't want to take that seller credit. He wanted it fixed, which I get, not a big deal. This was actually an incredible buyer, and I'm never going to talk bad about him. He was a great guy. So we decided to get insurance involved. And once you get insurance involved to pay for this, because this is something you absolutely want to get insurance involved for, in my opinion, time slows down. Okay. Permits slow down. The city, everything's slow. There's just no way that we were going to make that November 12th deadline. We had 10 days to do it. It was impossible. So on November 12th, we ended up canceling the contract. Crap. It was just brutal for us. Now, we did have backup offers at 650K, but this was 2 months prior. But of course, we reached right back out to those people. One of them had already purchased another deal, or was in contract rather for another deal, using their 1031 exchange. They had to. And the other ghosted us. So now we relisted the property back at $700,000. But, let's be real. We're heading into the worst season of the year for transactions, right? This is the end of November right now. We're going into December 2025. Our broker is a little less excited about it. He was about to make his commission. Now he's got to work all over again to get it done. We were right there, like literally days away from this. This wouldn't have been our problem had we sold it on the day of closing when we were supposed to close on the 28th. But it is what it is. And I never want to push a problem off to somebody else. So maybe I'm more equipped for it. Who knows? The universe made this happen, whatever. I take it and I run with it. But there are issues involved, obviously, and this one stings a bit, and I'll talk about why in a second. So, on the financial side of this, the issues that we are now going to face financially are real. We still have to fix the damage. Okay, we got a good proposal from the insurance company. We're going to accept it. We're not going to go with a third party appraiser who's going to come in there and, try to get 30, 40, 50% or double what the insurance company is offering us, because we're able to get what we can get from this, and it's a good number, and we're just going to run with it. But there is time that's going to be involved with it, obviously. Also, taxes are due at the end of November, meaning a week from today. Essentially, taxes are due if we're going to get our 4% discount. We don't have the money in the bank for that. Our loan rate on this is a bridge loan, which I don't recommend anybody doing, but we are stuck in a bridge loan, which was the plan from the beginning. Okay. I was definitely aware of how this property was going to go, and we were actually going to sell it ahead of time. We had originally planned to sell this 12 months after purchase. So yeah, we will probably be in that time frame now, but we were going to sell it basically 6 months after purchasing it, which would have been incredible. Our rate is 10.5%, and we don't have the cash cushion that we should have for this deal. We did it with minimal cash influx. We owe our partners some money. My partner Shane is owed about $6K for some CapEx that he put up months ago. And Mac put in $5K as a promissory note to pay our mortgage 1 month. And like, these things have to get paid back. And it stinks now that our partners are out that money and waiting for it. It's just like more of an investment, right? You want to be able to deploy that money elsewhere. And I feel bad for my partners. Time is another issue. So the longer we hold this thing, it kills the IRR. We were about to offer an incredible IRR for this if you look at IRR, right? So IRR is the time value of money. If you get your money back faster, the IRR goes up. And that's very important to professional investors, right, who are looking to place their capital elsewhere to get another return. So right now we're going into deep waters, and it's going to be more time, and it's going to crush our IRR. Okay. And another issue here is that two partners had just gotten under contract to buy their own single family homes, and they need liquidity. And now this deal is stuck. That stinks. I feel terrible for them. These are my partners. These are my friends. Hopefully we can still work it out to where they can still buy those properties. Hopefully we can just maybe show on paper what they own. I'm not sure what we're going to do, but I will do everything in my power to help out my partners, obviously. So to put it into perspective, what we were going to see as a 6-month return, one partner put in $70,000 on this deal, and that person was going to get $100,000 back after 6 months. Guys, that is a 6-month turnaround. That's epic. That's life-changing. I would do a deal like that any day of the week. But now everything is paused, and we're back to the drawing board. So what do we do next? Like, where do we go from here? Yes, I will do my best to help my partners still close on their single family residences, right? Their personal homes that they're trying to buy. We are going to ramp up our advertising and marketing for the new listing. We're going to ensure that the property gets fixed properly, and that we place another tenant in there. So we fix the building, we release it, we stabilize again, we hold steady, we get ready for another buyer, and we pray that we can recreate that 650 or better at this point outcome in a tougher market. Because will it happen before 2026? Heck no, that'll be a miracle. So it's most likely going to be pushed out until January or February 2026 before we even see a contract, which then means it's going to be 2 months after that. And the new buyer might want to renegotiate and run into issues, and maybe something else will happen. So here's the truth, guys. This is multifamily. This is the stuff that nobody posts about on Instagram. This is what everyone pretends doesn't happen. This is why operators get paid what they get paid. And this is why you have to be ready for anything in this game, even a car literally hitting your building 2 days before closing. But this is it. Again, nobody sees, nobody cares, but these are the things that we deal with daily as multifamily operators. So if you don't want to do this, you can just be a limited partner with somebody like me, if you trust me, right, to be a good steward of your capital, to do what's right for all parties involved. If you trust me as the go-to operator or somebody that can do right for you and your family and your hard-earned money, then yeah, just be an LP with me, because I deal with this crap. I do it every day. You don't have to. And in reality, all of the proceeds go to you up to a preferred return. If you're not savvy on how a syndication works, learn about it or call me and I'll teach you about it. Because investing is a limited partner if you have capital, 25K, if you have 25K, 50K, if you have the capital to invest as a limited partner, guys, that's the way to go. Unless you like doing what I do. And I do. I truly love this. Obviously, I don't love the setbacks, but I love the solutions. I love finding solutions. I love creating wins for everybody. I love being the problem solver. I love watching what's happening every single day. And if you love it too, then you be a GP with me. I offer a course called Buy Buildings, Build Empires for you to learn it all by yourself. And I also offer a cohort, a coaching mentorship cohort that includes my Buy Buildings, Build Empires course, but we're going to have group calls, weekly calls, and one-on-one calls with me to supercharge your multifamily journey. If you're interested in any of that, or if you just want some free tools and things to help supercharge your journey, go to my Stan store, stan.store/buy buildings. And there I give away free tools, free resources, and also some very, very affordable entry-level resources of the highest quality in this industry. If you haven't heard, I have been a school teacher now for 22 or 23 years. I know how to teach. I know how to disseminate information. Why would you go to some quote unquote multifamily guru who has never taught a class in his or her life? And who knows if they even know how to operate a property? What I'm offering is for the people like me. I offer products and services for people that are just hungry as heck, coming from little, ready to put in the work. So go to my Stan store, stan.store/buy buildings, and you will learn how to become a GP with me. If you want to be an LP, go to my website, smallxcommunities.com. Just sign up for my newsletter and get in the know. I only push out one newsletter a month unless I'm under contract to buy a deal. We have to have a conversation and meet each other, and then you'll get access to all of my deals moving forward. So you can get priority on investing in my deals as well as getting paid before I get paid as a limited partner. So limited partners get paid first. If you're not in the know, get in the know. So let's wrap it up, my peeps. Here's the big takeaway. Deals don't go bad because you bought it wrong. Deals go bad because sometimes life happens and you didn't build enough margin for chaos. We will get through this because I get through everything. I always get through everything. But this one humbled me for sure. It was challenging and I'm still working through those challenges. In a very strange way, it's a little exciting for me because I love being the underdog. I love showing people what I can do. But obviously, I would rather not have to deal with this for my partners, but I'm going to make it happen. And this one reminded me that this game changes constantly. And if you're not ready for that volatility, maybe multifamily is not your lane. Just think about it. Think about what position or role you want to play either on a multifamily team as a GP or just as an LP. There is value for both, and I can teach both. So I want to just say thank you so much for listening. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving this week. I hope you get to eat the best meal of your life with those you love most. So many goodies involved. This is my favorite holiday, guys. Enjoy it. If you're hosting, be grateful that people are coming. If you're going to somebody else's house, be grateful for them hosting. You really got to just feel the gratitude of this amazing holiday and amazing season. And if this helped open your eyes a little bit, I would love it if you would share this episode with somebody that you think could get value from it. I'm talking about people that want to hear the full story, not just the highlight reel. I will catch you guys on the next episode. Get out there, swing that small axe, enjoy every minute of it, and enjoy the time with your loved ones. All right, and that's a wrap, Small Axe community. So I wanted to take a minute to say thank you so much for listening to the show. And if you liked it or got any value from it, it would really mean the world to me if you would share it with someone else and write a review. Remember, guys, keep sharpening those axes. Let's get out there. Let's crush it. Love you guys.